You have to do that. You know, I'm just so thankful. But I gotta be strong. But at the same time, I'm just so thankful. This low life, I just bottom fears. I'm so thankful that in my life, I didn't have to stoop to a level where, you know, I'm hearing these perps making noise campaign. It's about creating false reality. They don't live in reality, but they will. Reality will hit them one way or another. Reality will come to this trash. Like I said, for me, they come up with these ways of trying to pay me, but they tell me, and these perps work for these governmental entities. They are telling me how they're gonna frame me, right? They tell me how they're gonna say that one of these children here is gonna say that I raped her, whatever. Like they're making things coming up, like stories, right? And I'm like, you guys are trash, but don't worry, you'll get yours. You get yours. They even hype these kids up, saying, "Oh, that just said that he raped." But the truth is, you know, I don't need to say the obvious. There's this. I'm in New York City. Real crime comes up. There's real things happening in this area, in every area. But you know, this is New York. We're not in the middle of nowhere, happy bubble life. Kids are getting kidnapped. Kids are getting raped. Things like that is really happening. As this trash out here, using their kids to frame me or saying this nastiness. Around here, horrible things are happening to kids. And they're hyping this trash. Oh, we dare to say that. I'm like, trash, you're just a bottom feeder. And they tell me they're gonna beat me. I was like, listen, I will run to anybody who's gonna beat me. Because I'm not gonna let people live their fantasy. They wanted me to be scared. Listen, there's just a story that just happened not too long ago. A horrible story. These men kidnapped two 13-year-old kids, raped, I think, one of them, filmed it, and whatever else going on. This is happening somewhere here in New York, right? This is not new. It's terrible things happening like this all the time. Unfortunately, that's the reality of the world we're in. There's always kids going missing. There's always, like, this is the truth. This is the world we're in. Now this trash here, as the reality of what's going on around this, here and everywhere else, they are just setting up things in a way of how they're gonna frame it. I'm like, do your thing. I'm telling you, you're gonna get yours. They tell me when to frame me. They're gonna say that they're gonna frame me in the sense that they're gonna have a child say that I did something to them. Then when I'm framed, they're gonna do this. I'm like, I will run to them. You know how much honor and dignity I have, knowing that this trash, I could have lived life. Imagine I'm the parent. I'm a parent. I tell my child, hey, say this man raped you. You understand how foul it is? Well, I know there's kids right now getting kidnapped and raped. And try to make that badass, make it seem like it's fierce. We dared. Tell this to the actual 13-year-old over there getting raped and kidnapped. When your trash ass is out here daring to frame. In my brain, they try to make me imagine literally doing what they do. Like, literally make me imagine that. And it's like, no, but you did this. It was like, really? You're involved in a program that torture women. Then you are here, you framing people in this fashion while you just not too far from your kids are getting kidnapped. And you think you're there? You're trash. You're what you call trash. I will run to whatever's gonna happen to me. Go do your thing. Watch, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be this prophet. You are involved. This trash, first of all, in every front is destruction. There's kids literally getting tortured outside this disgusting things that's happening. Not too far here. There's threats to children, real threats. People literally kidnapping children, raping them, doing whatever they want to them. It's happening around here. Of course, this is the world way. This trash involved in a program where they torture children, they torture women, they do horrible things. They then are using their own kids to say that to frame me in this fashion. I'm like, go do your nastiness. I'm not saying that to stop them from hey, I'm already, but what's happening to me is done. This is the extra they added on to them. and they tell me they're gonna do this to my ass. I'm like, I'll run to it. What do you think is gonna happen to you? They wanted to do these things thinking, okay, you know what? You pay for what you did when you were a kid. Pooh, trash ass, they torture babies. You do it for Courtney, for Brittany, you did this. What? You know how many women in the program you involved where you're out here grooming a child to frame? Well, you know what they do to women? The last video they talk about this day parade, this Hurricane Day parade in 2009. How you, or in 2000, how you see this? What? Trash and low life. But I pray they continue to. These kids are not gonna last. But I pray they continue to live this low lifeness. This is what's happening here. This is reality. This is around here. As they groom these children to do these things, this is what's happening to kids around here.
The suspect is involving two 13-year-old victims in Queens. The suspect faced a judge in Queens criminal court today. Now to the latest on that horrifying kidnap and rape case involving two 13-year-old victims in Queens. The suspect faced a judge in Queens criminal court today. We want to warn you here, the details are disturbing. CBS 2's Doug Williams was in the courtroom and has more.
Two 13-year-old kids tied them up, put a gag in their mouth.
Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz after the arraignment of Christian Inga on Wednesday in a Queens criminal courtroom.
He has been charged in a criminal complaint for predatory sexual assault, which is the highest sexual assault count someone can be charged with rape in the first degree, with kidnapping in the second degree, and a host of other charges.
Inside the courtroom, the prosecution detailed what they say Inga admitted to detectives on video as Inga bowed his head, handcuffed. They allege that he told police he has a drug problem, and that Inga said he took the victim's cell phones and cut off their clothes with a knife before performing sexual acts on the 13-year-old female. The DA's office said in court that Inga videotaped the incident himself.
As I'm listening to that, obviously you do whatever they can do to my brain to create some sexual stimulation. It's still nasty. But you understand what they do. They are creating a reality where they think that it's brave to do what they do while this is happening. I mean, it happens all the time. Here, there's a lot of these horrible things happening. My point is, can you imagine being in an environment where these horrible things happen? Kids are getting raped and kidnapped, and this trash are here. No, that's we dared. I dared to frame you. I was like, go ahead, trash. Then I don't know where they start saying names of like women they think they're doing it for. Like, really? You know how many women? First of all, in this program, what they do to women and children is horrible. On top of that, you are here framing people while in reality, these people are here kidnapping and doing these things to children. No. There's this trash next door. She came, she come and slammed the door. It's like, oh, she's 16. I don't know if they talk about a 16-year-old they're going to use to frame me. I'm like, I don't care what the hell you try to put things together. In my brain, you know what they try to... They're making me think of like this day parade. I'm looking at it right now. I'm not even want to bring up. It's so pathetic. To try to make me accepting of these manipulations and to make themselves look like they're not this low-life trash. That will groom a child to say they got framed. They frame me. To frame me. While children are getting kidnapped and getting raped. And for me, they're looking for whatever they can. You know what's happening? In the last video, I talked about this Hurricane Day parade. There was this whole thing where they used to spray water onto... And it was crazy. It was like in 2000s, late 2000s, right? And I remember watching it, and they're like, oh, but that moment there, you saw this guy. It's like, I'm sure I did. This is, come on. It's like, oh, you see? And then they tried to make me think, like, oh, but at one point, it was there like a teenager or something. I'm like, well, I'm trying to come up with some stories. I'm like, oh, shut up. Desperate. I'm like, first of all, I'm a 21-year-old. Okay? Second of all, I know I can actually remember which one, you know, and they try to like create now, but you see that there one, then you just feel something pathetic low life. I actually was able to find, I think that this video, it's crazy. It seemed like it was in 2009 or something. It was like a 2009 thing, and you hear this Perps, now yeah, chat. Go groom your low life trash. Go train them to frame people while kids are getting kidnapped and raped. Trash bottom feeders. To all my target individuals, stay strong. See these battlefields for what they are. I'm so thankful that I'm not in the la la land where everything's so reality can be put in their face. Where this trash out here grooming their kids in these nasty ways. Around people, around an environment where there's kids being kidnapped and raped.